We are now joined by Sergeant Glenn Granitz of the Allentown Police Department. And thank you, Sergeant, for being with us today. And tell us a little bit about, what you do and how the police department plays a role in all these activities.
Well, in my current capacity, I am the supervisor of the Youth and Community Services Division of the Allentown Police Department, which we obviously believe is extremely important, both working with the youth of Allentown via the schools and also outside of the schools in a number of capacities, and also various developments, trends, and staying on top of the various factors of the community that the police need to be aware of and work hand in hand with various groups.
One of the things I think you probably get to see from your perspective is all the things that go wrong, and of course the numbers of children that actually do go missing.
That is something that our unit is tasked to investigate. We oversee what we refer to as truancy cases, children missing school unexcused, runaway cases, children willingly leaving their home, and of course the cases where you would consider to be a missing child would fall under our jurisdiction as well.
So when you talk about numbers, and I don't know if you know them or not, but I know people are sometimes amazed when you start quoting how, just here, like in Allentown and the surrounding areas, what actually takes place. Because a lot of times we'll talk to people and they say, well, my child's pretty safe and I don't seem to have that problem. But it does happen, doesn't it? Can you know any numbers you can give us? Or?
Well, off the top of my head, I mean, I don't consider myself to be a numbers guy, but what I think you could say definitely the trend is the concern is that children who will leave their home and who are unaccounted for by mom, dad, or the caregiver at the time, those children become at risk because we don't know where they are, and no one knows where they are. I don't think anyone, police officer or otherwise, wants to put anyone in fear that their child's going to walk down the street and something's going to happen to them. Like a movie is, everyone needs to be cognizant, aware, and know that at times that does happen. Everyone has seen the news. But what we're seeing really is as children and juveniles, youth who have put themselves at risk to be exploited once they have taken themselves away from their family, their caregiver, and really becomes an issue for us. We're trying to track them and have means to track them, and that's why going forward, this partnership really would be beneficial for us as a police department.
So how important would you say it is for someone hearing this who has children to have the child ID program done for the child?
Well, I will tell you that it's important enough that I have 4-year-old, almost 5-year-old twins, and I will tell you that they're here today and that the goal of being here today was to take part in this, but more so to get them involved in this project. So I'm leaving here with their ID cards, their fingerprints, their pictures, thanks to this organization, because I feel it's important for my own children to do.
Excellent. Any final word or comment regarding, from your perspective, that you'd like to leave people thinking about?
Well, I think everyone needs to remember that the police department is almost like a last-ditch effort. We need to, as a community and as groups such as the groups that are here today at this wonderful event and the Child ID group, we need to keep working, and before it gets to the point where we're on the news. We all need to work together as a community to make it better.